All right, guys, quick view of the box for the Smittybilt rock sliders. These things weigh a ton. Guy had to lift off with a forklift and then put it on my driveway, and then I thought, oh, they're not that heavy. I tried to pull them in the garage. Holy smokes. So that's going to go on here, and let's get that box open and see what they look like.
I am all
looking at this. Okay, let me open this up. These are the great packing, but we both looked at this and said that looks too long for that. But we got the tape measure out, and they're perfect as long as, you know, they're the perfect length. But it looks too long. Look, woo! Very, very well packed. So start unpacking it now and see what we can do about installation. All right, guys, we're gonna get these rock sliders on this morning, and here's what we've got going for us with us. These are the mounts that go to the frame. Each one of these plates go behind the frame, and then we've got bolts and mounts, and then these little tubes, they go up over the frame, and they connect to these. I'll kind of show you really quick. The directions are so sucky. The directions aren't so bad as far as the written thing. It's just like the pictures, you can't see them, so you have no idea what they're talking about. So let me show you underneath the truck. Here's the frame. You've got this wiring harness and brake lines. So you disconnect the wiring harness, the wiring harness from the frame. It's connected here. The brake lines have a little connector here. You need to pull them apart so you can slide that that big brace that'll come down here onto the frame here, and then below here you can slide the other one up. Actually, it's going to go up in here. That plate behind here, the bolt goes up over the top of the frame, and then it bolts below the frame here, and that's what you need to have happen. But the pictures, it's like, it'd be like this, like not even that. I mean, I can't even make it so bad. Like, here you go. It's like that. That's what the directions look like. Here, look at my foot. That's the direction. So it just kind of, you got to figure these things out, right? So this is the piece here, and it's going to go onto the frame. I can't even show you. Let's see. So the frame's going to rest up here. The bottom of the frame goes here. That one bolt goes across here. The other one goes across with a tube, and then that's going to match up with that plate, and then that bolts against the frame. And this is going to hold, so if the rock rod gets hit from the side, you've got all this support here, and then the support from underneath and here for the upward movement of the rock slider. So that should work pretty well, and there's 2 of those per side, so we need to get those mounted up, and I'm going to get started on that. I'll show you what it looks like as soon as I get done. Right, guys, after putting one side on, let's take a look at it right here. Here we go. That is the rock slider. You see how far they stick out to protect you from rocking into something. As far as putting these things on, I'm going to show you underneath here really quick. So you've got these brackets there and there. These bolt to the brackets, so it's bolted directly to the frame, and it's a pretty good design, I think. The one thing I would say is like these little bolts right here, you can see inside there, those are really kind of a pain to get in there. They make these little brackets. Okay, this is gonna be weird, but I'm gonna swap this around so you can see those little brackets right there, those little nut retainers. And then you have to put the bolts in from this side, and it's really kind of a pain in the butt. But just not a lot of clearance there. And then I felt really lucky getting this bracket that goes behind the frame up in by the skid plate, and then up on top here, being able to put it goes underneath the brake lines there, and then putting that nut on the back side. I felt pretty lucky. I only lost one washer on this side. And you have to make sure you get the wiring harness out of the way and the brake lines up out of the way. But seems pretty sturdy. they do hang down a little bit farther than I expected. So it's hanging down a bit more than the frame, just a little tiny bit more than the frame, about the same height as the cross members that go across. So that's probably good. It'll be, if you hit something solid, it's going to be solid all the way across. Anyways, that was that, and we'll get on to the next side. You can kind of see where these things, if you're doing this for yourself here, kind of lining up where that brace goes here and there, kind of gives you a better idea, because they don't give you a clue in the instructions on how to do any of this stuff, what bolts to what goes where, any of that. So you kind of have to figure it out. And if you look back here, there's all these little bolts, so you could put this brace up or back a little ways on both sides. So you kind of have a little bit of lee room, but there's places in the frame that you can't go beyond. The front one was kind of a little hard to tell how far forward it went. I thought it went a lot further forward, but they had some mention of the canister, the charcoal canister, which you can see right up in here in the kid's skid plate. So I finally realized, oh, it must come back here, and that's about lines up with it. What I ended up doing is laying this bar down on the ground, lining it up and seeing where those were about, and then seeing where they would fit, and that's kind of a better way to make it work. I'm gonna get the other side done and be right back with you. Guys, hey, we got the rock sliders on, and I'll give you a look at these, the passenger side here. You take a look at that, and the driver's side over here all look pretty good. Even the passenger side's way easier. So I know in the instructions, one thing I could read is it said do the driver's side first. There's just some things you need to move out of the way. You have to get up underneath the gas tank, and you have to get just around a few things. And on the passenger side, there's really nothing there, so it's really super easy. If I give you kind of a glimpse under here really quick, you notice it's like totally clear. Go on that side, it's totally clear. Real easy to get on top of the frame. Real easy to mount these up. This took like, you know, a quarter of the times it did the other side. Just need to line them up so they match, and they look pretty sturdy. Again, it does hang down a tiny bit farther than the frame, maybe an inch lower than the frame, about the same as the frame cross member that goes across, and so it should add good protection here. And I'm pretty happy with it. They're massively heavy. I don't know what they weigh, but probably 150 pounds for the pair. And I just got notification that the cap is coming, so that's supposedly in town. Just need to wait for them to deliver that, so I got these on just in time. And we'll catch you next time putting the cap together. That's a bolt together piece. It comes flat box, and that's from RSI, and we'll get that next time. So stay tuned. Hit that subscribe button if you can. Hit that like button if you'd like to see more of this. We'll get on the adventures as soon as we get this thing done. All right.